નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી. સ્ટેન્ડર્ડ 10th, સબ્જેક્ટ સાયન્સ, ચેપ્ટર 16, સસ્ટેનેબલ મેનેજમેન્ટ ઓફ natural resources. Dear students, we have discussed water for all, management of the forest. Now we are going to discuss the dams and water harvesting. So you know that why do we seek to build the dams? Why you have to go for or why you have to look for the dams? See, large dams can ensure the storage of adequate means sufficient quantity, requirement quantity of water, not just for irrigation. It is only for irrigation not, but it is also for generating the electricity. See, storage of adequate water ensure the water supply to the crop irrigation, and it is also used to generate or producing the electricity. See, you know that whenever the large dams will be there, they are constructing the canal system also. Leading from these dams can transfer large amounts of water over great distances. So through this dam, they are making a canal also. Through this, the water will be supplied to the nearby the areas. So, for example, Indira Gandhi Canal will be there. Indira Gandhi Canal has brought greenery to considerable areas of Rajasthan. In Rajasthan, Indira Gandhi Canal will be means producing the large amount of water to the nearby the areas that areas were become greenery. However, so here also we see that our mismanagement of the water has largely led to the benefits of being concerned by only a few people. So here, due to the mismanagement, only the benefit goes to only the few peoples, not for everybody. There is no equitable distribution of water. So there is no equitable, means that everybody, the water is not distributed properly. So equitable means what? Suppose those who are having nearby the water, they will get sufficient water. So they will only get the water, but others will not get the water. See, in this way, there is no equitable distribution of water. Thus, people close to the source grow water intensive. So those who are nearby the dam, they will get crops like sugarcane, rice. They need a lot of water. So they will get the benefit from this. While people farther away from the downstream do not get any water. So those who are away from the dam, so they will not get water. So the woes of these people, the sorrow, the great troubles of these people have been promised benefits which never arrived to the discontentment. These people, before constructing the dam, they were promised to the people, so every benefits we are going to give you all, but it was not supplied, or that was not able to fulfill. The discontentment, dissatisfaction among the people who have been displayed by the building of the dam and its canal networks. So in this way, many of the people got suffered without water and without land. Okay. So in the previous chapter, we mentioned that the reasons for opposition to the construction of large dams. So you know that whenever the large dam going to construct, the peoples are opposing. Such as here given one example, Tehri Dam on the river Ganga. See, Tehri Dam on the river Ganga, there was a large opposition. You must have heard about the protests, opposition by the Narmada Bachao Andolan. Narmada Bachao Andolan means what? Here, save the Narmada movement. It's about raising the height of the Sardar Sarovar Dam on the river Narmada. So here they have to raise the dam. So here also many of the peoples are opposed, and that's why they have done the Narmada Bachao Andolan they have done. So dear students, and here the question arises, why the people criticize us about the large dams? So there are three problems. There are mainly three problems in the particulars. The first one is social problems. First one is social problem. This is because displays large number of peasants, or peasants means small farming and tribals these people, small, and a group of, the tribals means what? Group of people, they are belonging to the ancient only. This without adequate compensation and rehabilitation. So they will not get the rehabilitation means what? They are not getting the what they have to get the benefit they will not get for compensation of the land. This one. So that's why this is the social problems. And next one is economic problems because they swallow huge amounts of public money. So you know that whenever they are paying the tax, so large amount of money is collected. But what they have to do or what they before constructing and to the people what they have to do or what they have promised that without the generation of proportionate benefits. So that benefits what they have to going to do the constructing the dam properly. So many some of the amounts will be or a lot of amounts will be they are not using the properly. So wasted. So that is why here economic problems will be. And environmental problems also. Environmental problems means you know that before constructing, they are constructing the dams, large areas of forest they have to destroy. And many of the houses, the people, they have to lose their house. They contribute enormously to deforestation and the loss of. So what happens due to this? Loss of biological diversity happens. Biological diversity. Many of the living organisms, they will lose their lives. So this way, that is why. So these three problems arise: social problems, economic problems, and environmental problems. So the people who have been displaced by various development projects are largely poor tribals who do not get any benefits from these projects. So they are not getting any benefits from these projects and are alienated, isolated from their lands and forests without any compensation. Without any compensation, they are not get any survivalness. So this is the bad defect. The what is that? The hostage. The hostage means here a person who is removed from the land of the resource of the Tawa Dam, still also built in the 1970, are still fighting for the benefits what they have promised. So still also that dispute is going on. So that is in the court. See, the dam was built, the Tawa Dam built in the 1970s, still dispute among the people or the people are raising their problems in courts. Okay, so this is about the dams. Now you will see that water harvesting. What is water harvesting? Means storing the rainwater wherever it falls or wherever it is run away. This is you are saying the water harvesting. And here advantages you see. It emphasizes scientific conservation of soil and water in order to increase the biomass. See, watershed management, region of the land in which water flows, emphasize scientific soil and water conservation in order to increase the biomass production. You know that wherever the water is allowing to stay there, so you know that nearby the areas are producing the plants due to this biomass will be, you know that leaves are falling. So this due to this what biomass will produce. The aim is to develop primary resources. The main objective is to develop primary resources of land and water. The resources of land and water will be utilizing properly to produce the secondary resources of plant and animals for use in the manner which will not cause any ecological balance. The main objective is to use the land and water, and afterwards from that plants and animals will get the benefit of this, so that there will be no ecological balance will not go wrong. So it should be maintained. Okay, watershed management not only increases the production and incomes of watershed community, but it also mitigates to reduce the droughts. It also mitigates droughts and floods. So due to this, so this is the advantages of. So it reduces the droughts. You know that drought means without water, the land will dry. No? So that is, and flood also it reduces. So various organizations have been working, rejuvenating rejuvenating means interpreting the ancient systems of water harvesting is an alternative to the mega projects like dams. So many of the people, many of the organizations are suggesting that the old methods will to be continued, that instead of going for dams. These communities have used hundreds of indigenous native land, what they are using, the previous methods, ancient methods, water saving methods, to capture every trickle of water that had fallen on their land. So whatever the water falls on their land, the ancient methods will be using. So how it is, dug small quicksand lakes, put in the place in the simple watershed systems, build small earthen dams, and constructing dikes. Dikes means long, narrow, small body water, and sand and limestone reservoirs, and set up the rooftop water so that water will stay in the underground. So these systems, many of the organizations are still have been working on this. So this has recharged groundwater levels. So what will happen due to this? Groundwater will be rises and even brought rivers back to the life. So this will supply the water. Next one is water harvesting is an old concept in India. See, whatever the old concept in India was, cuttings, tanks, and nadis. So these are all, see, cuttings, tanks, and nadis in Rajasthan, then bandaras and tals in Maharashtra, bundis in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, and ahars and pines in Bihar, kuls in Himachal Pradesh, ponds in Kandi belt of Jammu region, and Irish tanks, Irish means tanks, in Tamil Nadu, and Sundarabans in Kerala, and Kattas in Karnataka are some of the ancient water harvesting. It's ancient water storing methods. These are the ancient storing water methods. So including that, water conveyance, transporting structures still in use today. Say, water harvesting techniques are highly located, specific, and the benefits are also localized. So giving people control over their local water resources. So even giving awareness to the people, giving people to control over their local water resources, and ensures the mismanagement also. So how not to be there any mismanagement and over exploitation of these resources is reduced or as soon as removed also. So in largely level terrain, the water harvesting structures are mainly crescent shaped. You know that moon crescent shaped, earthen embankments, artificial mound of earth, or low straight concrete and rubble check dams. So built across seasonally flooded gullies. You know that whenever rainfall comes, these are all going to build that. So monsoon rain fills ponds behind these structures, and only the largest structures hold the water year round. See, some of the small structures, the rainwater will dry, and later only which one is constructed, the large structures, they will supply the water throughout the year. And most dry ups, some of the structures, they will dry up in the 6 months or less even after the monsoons. Now some of the big structures or what they were constructed, that will supply the water throughout the year. Okay, so their main purpose is going to construct all artificial mound of the embankments or earthen embankments. These are all the main purpose is not to hold surface water, but to recharge the groundwater beneath. But to recharge groundwater level will be their main purpose is to groundwater is level has to be increasing. The advantages of water stored in the ground and the advantages of the groundwater stored are many. It does not evaporate. So you know that groundwater does not evaporate, but spreads out to recharging the wells and provides moisture for vegetation. So nearby the vegetation, plants and trees, they will get the moisture and cool atmosphere over the wide area. In addition, it does not provide breeding grounds for the mosquitoes. So here what will happen? Mosquitoes will not breed in in the stagnant water, so water will not stagnate, that will be underground only. So collected in the ponds and what? Artificial lakes. So that is why this type of mosquitoes and breedings, so this all will be not there. So the groundwater is also relatively protected from the contamination by the human and animal waste. So in this way, this water are safe for using or even for drinking also. So this is the way, this is about the water harvesting. Okay, got the idea, students? Today you have learned about dams and the advantages and as well as disadvantages, and also water harvesting systems, and in different states they have the different methods and their advantages you have learned. Okay, so in the next video we will learn about coal and petroleum. Okay, got the idea, students? Okay, we'll meet you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you for joining us.